Okay guys, so we got $370 worth of Tekton tools in here versus $370 worth of SnapOn tools. Before we open this up, I'm going to show you guys my receipts for both items to show you that we definitely spent $370 on this stuff, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison on what you get for $370 worth of Tekton tools versus what I got for $370 worth of SnapOn tools. So let's first check out the receipts, and then we'll check out the SnapOn stuff, then we'll open up our box. Okay, so we're going to start with the SnapOn. I bought these tools back in February of 2017, about 2 years ago. Also did a video on 370 and SnapOn tools versus 370 worth of Harbor Freight. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a card up here, or I'll link it in the description so you can check that out. So now we're gonna do 370 worth of SnapOn versus 370 worth of Tekton. So the first item we got is gonna be a 16-ounce dead blow ball peen soft grip hammer, and here's our price there. And then we got a Phillips screwdriver. Here's our price here. We got a spark indicator, and there's the price there. We have our FL80 ratchet 3/8 drive long handle. There's our price there. And then we got a flat tip screwdriver. There's our price there. And then we got one 3/8 drive 6.58 magnetic spark plug socket, and there's our price there. So that brought us up to $345.25 with $29 tax, and that brought our grand total up to $374.73. Okay guys, now for the Tekton receipt. I don't want to go into too much detail on what I bought because I'm about to pull those tools out, but we'll just scroll down here to the 371 is what I spent. I actually paid $345.12 because of this credit here. You see this green credit of $25.88. Well, that's like rewards points that you can earn. And for this whole total purchase here, I also earned some more rewards points. So the next time I buy from Tekton, they'll credit the bill $34.51. So that's what you see here. But if I did not have those rewards points, I would have paid $371. All right, so now let's take a look at the tools. All right, so here's that FL80 3/8 drive long handle ratchet. Here's my 16-ounce ball peen dead blow hammer. Here's my flat blade and my Phillips screwdriver, 5/8 spark plug socket, and the spark indicator. So this is everything that I bought for $370 after taxes from SnapOn. Now we're going to compare that to the $370 that I bought from Tekton tools. Again, I also did a 370 in Harbor Freight tools versus 370 in the Tekton tools. Now I did get a lot of comments on the Harbor Freight video that some of the items that I bought wasn't necessarily a tool. I had some fuses in there, I had some like wire protectors, some sandpaper and stuff like that in there. So some people suggested that I make it strictly tools. So you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. So I went to one of my favorite tool brands, which is Tekton. And so now I'm going to compare the 370 that I spent with SnapOn 2 years ago versus the Tekton tools here in the box. So without further ado, let's slide these tools to the side and let's open up our Tekton box and see what we got for 370. All right, so $370. First thing we got is a 3/8 drive master socket set that's complete from 6mm to 24mm on deep and shallow. We also got imperial sizes, and that's going from 1/4 inch all the way to 1 inch. and shallow and deep. So that's the first thing we got, and we'll open this set up and we'll do a closer look. But let's get everything out the box. All right, so the next item in here are some impact driver bits. Got flat and Phillips, long and short. So these go inside your impact driver. So I got a set of these. Next item we got here is a metric 3/8 drive deep impact socket set. And these are 12 point. Some of the stuff in here, I actually did buy tools that I don't have or I need to replace, such as my impact driver bits. I actually need some more of those. My old ones are completely torn up. I don't have any 12 point impact sockets, so this has been on my list for a while, especially doing like major engine repairs. You may have 12 point cylinder head bolts, or if you're doing an engine rebuild, you can have 12 point rod bearings and main bearings, also flywheels, pressure plates, drive shaft, the list goes on. So I definitely wanted to get a set of metric 12 point impact sockets, and these are from 7 to 19. Next item I got here, this is a ratchet. So a lot of you guys know that I'm really only a fan of two ratchets that Tekton has, and that's the extra long 3/8 drive straight ratchet and their regular straight ratchets. I'm not a fan of their other ratchets at all. In fact, I think they could improve quite a bit on their flex ratchet design. But anyway, you know, I never tried the composite ratchet that they have. And basically, the composite just means that they're sort of like a hybrid of two materials together. So, you know, I thought I'd give this ratchet a try because, you know, to give them a fair shake on some of their ratchets, and I haven't tried them all. So I went ahead and bought this 3/8 drive composite ratchet. It has a steel body with this rubber material over it. So I kind of liked how it had this offset on it. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm gonna give this ratchet a try. I'm gonna work with it a little bit and see if this is a good ratchet. So I got this composite ratchet, 3/8 drive. It feels pretty comfortable too, by the way. All right, and the next item we got in here the next item we got here is a complete set of ratcheting wrenches. Let me get one of these guys out so I can show you. This is a 6mm ratcheting wrench, 6 point. So I believe this set goes from like 6mm all the way to 24mm. So I'm gonna get all this stuff opened up so we can compare it to our 370 worth of Snap-on. So let's get everything laid out. Okay, so I got everything spread out. Now let's dive in and see exactly what I bought. Okay, so first and foremost, this is our 3/8 drive master socket set, the heart and soul of any mechanic's tool set. So as I stated earlier, this set is going from 6mm all the way to 24mm. Absolutely no skip sizes whatsoever. This is a very generous set for the price that I paid for it. This set, not only does it have shallow and deep on imperial sizes as well as metric sizes, but it also includes a breaker bar, a 3/8 drive ratchet, and then you got a 6-inch extension, a 3-inch extension, and a U-joint or universal. All right, guys, so that's what's in our 3/8 drive master socket set. Now let's move on down to the next item. So on the next item, I went ahead and picked up some 3/8 drive 12-point impact sockets. I don't have any 12-point impact sockets whatsoever. So like I stated before, you do run across a lot of 12-point fasteners, and I like to be able to throw, you know, a 16 or 15mm 12-point impact socket on my impact gun and take off a flywheel or a pressure plate or a drive shaft or some head bolts or something like that, and be able to use the impact socket. So I went ahead and picked up some of these impact sockets, and this set is going again from 7mm all the way to 19. No skips in this set, so that's why I picked this set up. So with our 3/8 drive 6-point socket set covering a wide range of fasteners, and this 12-point impact socket set, we're already able to repair quite a bit more than the $370 we spent on our SnapOn. So we're already able to get a lot more accomplished. So next item I decided to pick up is to replace the chewed up impact driver bits that I've been using probably since like 2003. So I went ahead and replaced them. I've been putting it off because I don't use my impact driver too often, but when you need it, and you need these bits to work. So I finally remembered to replace my bits when I decided to do this 370 in Tekton versus the 370 in SnapOn. I thought I might as well go ahead and get me some new bits in there as well. So I picked up these Tekton impact driver bit set. And these were fairly inexpensive. Next, I got a 3/8 drive ratchet, and like I stated before, this is a composite ratchet, which means that there's two materials that sort of fuse together, or like a hybrid, if you will, or rubber. But inside of this, this is a steel body in here, and it runs the length of the ratchet. So I decided to go with this ratchet and give it a try, because I'm not the biggest fan of Tekton ratchets. So I thought, you know what, before I write off every ratchet they have, since I do like the long straight 3/8, and I do like the quarter drive straight and the 3/8 drive straight, I might give this a try and see if I like this. And it feels very comfortable. So I'm gonna put this ratchet to use, and I'll get back to you guys on whether or not I think this is a good ratchet or not. But it's definitely very comfortable, I'll give you that. Not sure how well the camera picks it up, but you can sort of see as the body of the ratchet starts to get up close to the head, you can see where it has that little offset right there. So you can get into different areas with this ratchet to give you a little bit of clearance. All right, guys, so here's the wrench set. This wrench set goes from 6mm all the way to 24mm. Again, covering quite a wide range of fasteners in the automotive world. So you could get quite a bit done with this set. Of course, it is a Tekton ratcheting wrench, so it has the 6-point instead of the 12-point on the ratcheting box stand. So you can see here that it's a 6-point, and there is an advantage to using a 6-point if you are using a 6-point socket or a 6-point wrench box stand. Then obviously if it's a 6-point fastener, a 6-point wrench is going to work better. Let me demonstrate. And so let's see the difference in the way it'll grip this fastener. So we'll go with the Tekton first. Let's go ahead and slide this on. All right, so when I slide on the 6-point, you can see how well it grips that fastener. So a 6-point socket or a 6-point box stand is always going to be the better option for a 6-point bolt. That's pretty self-explanatory. Reason why it grips it better is because it actually applies force to the actual side of the bolt and not just the corner of the bolt. So a lot of 12-point box stands or sockets will apply torque to the corners only instead of the actual edges. So that's why the 6-point works better. And then we'll just slide the 12-point on just to sort of make our point. So when you take a closer look at the 12-point, which actually doesn't fit this bolt quite as well as that Tekton did, you can see how it really just grips the corners, and it doesn't really apply too much force to the side. So hopefully the camera is able to pick that up. All right guys, so I got everything laid out in front of you. This is representing the whole $370 that I spent in Tekton Tools versus the $370 that I spent on the SnapOn stuff. So there's barely even enough room for me to slide in a little bit of SnapOn stuff here that I purchased, which is this hammer, these 2 screwdrivers, this 3/8 drive ratchet, and the spark plug socket and a spark indicator. So just in one hand, just in my hands here, this is everything that I spent $370 on in SnapOn versus everything that I spent on these Tekton tools. So I mean, take a good look at everything that's in front of you here and tell me that this is not the better buy. One thing I'd like to mention about Tekton Tools is they make solid, decent hand tools with no gimmicks. A lot of SnapOn tools, if you be honest, a lot of them are gimmicky, or it's just a complete reinvention of the wheel. Whereas these tools are just solid, basic hand tools that'll get the job done. Just to bash SnapOn and talk about how ridiculously overpriced their tools are? Well, of course it is. Just kidding. All you guys out there pretty much already know how ridiculously overpriced SnapOn is. This video is actually intended to be educational for guys that may be in tech school, that's getting out of tech school, that's going into the workforce, and you can see how many tools I was able to get with $370 versus purchasing SnapOn. Also did the same video with Harbor Freight, just to sort of show you guys that there's other options out there, and to help, you know, technicians starting off to make better financial decisions and to avoid some of the pitfalls that I made when I first started. Because I didn't have a big budget when I first got into the automotive field in the early 2000s. I started with a small budget and got some Sears tools, and then because I needed more tools and I didn't necessarily have a big budget to start with, then of course I started getting credit on the tool truck, which led to a lot of debt that I eventually paid off. But I would like to help young mechanics avoid that pitfall and sort of shed some light on other options out there. Especially when you're just getting out of school, you're not really gonna earn a whole lot of money as a rookie. So it's not a good idea to, you know, get on the tool truck and rack up a huge bill just because of some of the other techs are getting on the tool truck. But those other techs may be in a different financial situation than you. They may have been working longer than you. They may not need quite as much as you, or they may just be on the truck warrantying out a tool or something like that. So don't just follow the herd onto the tool truck. There's better options out there like Tekton tools. All right, guys, well, I hope you liked the video. If you do buy some Tekton tools, use my affiliate link. I'll leave it down in the description. Thanks for tuning in. This is Brian 916. See you on the next one.